My name is Patricia Rezai. I'm 29 years old. I'm half Spanish, half Iranian. I studied in London, which is where I was living for 6 years before moving here to Madrid. And in my studies, I focused on art history as well in fashion art direction. But what I dedicate most of my time to is writing. I classify myself as an erotic poet. I started writing from a very young age. It all began because I had a blog in 2006 where I started writing all my poetry. I had a publisher come to me and they told me, listen, I think it's time that you get out of the digital world and you go physical. That's where my first 3 bodies of work came from, which is actually a trilogy, which is called Visual Sister. The first book is called OLYMPIA. Then I have DAHLIA, and then I have CHLORIS. Each book is kind of like a sister linked, that's the whole idea. They're both 3 sisters and they go through 3 different phases of womanhood. I'm a very reserved person. I'm very closed emotionally. So for me, the only method of expulsion to get rid of all these emotions was by writing. My mother obviously is Iranian. We have a very strong Iranian background. I was never really spoken or taught about sexuality, what sexuality was. Writing was the best way to kind of like make it real in my world. I feel like now that we are reaching to a stage where we feel complete freedom, we're talking about sexuality or expressing yourself in a sexual context isn't much as a taboo as what it used to be. There is a lot of facility now to show your work. There's a lot of publishers that are willing to publish works like this. Art is always something that very much inspires my work. And then obviously there's the B-side, which is fashion. Poetry is a form of expression. It's an art, which can be released in so many different mediums. So whenever someone approaches me or I feel inspired by something, it doesn't matter if it's not a pen. I will throw myself there and I will begin to create. I have a lot of women who have inspired me. I must say, obviously, my mother and the way she brought me up. I'm very much inspired by Lee Miller, Frida Kahlo. One of my biggest inspirations and who really kicked me forward when it came to like erotic writing was Anais Nin, and I really much admire Virginia Woolf. For me, female empowerment is an evolution that a woman goes through. It's kind of reaching a state of mind where a woman feels that she is capable of doing anything.